Round out the day with a little bit of milling. Today I'm going to make the first 4x4s I've ever made. So I've got this thing all squared up. And on the end of the log you can see roughly where the 4x4 is going to lay out. Which is going to give me kind of a weird corner on all of them, but you know, my logs aren't big enough to do any better. So I'm going to mill this. I'm going to get the top off. I'll spare you guys the details, and then I'll start slicing vertical cuts. Zinged a nice flat top on this one. It's ready to cut the sides, and while I was at it and I had the saw set up for it, I did another one. And I'll cut the edges off on both of them at the same time. Well, in succession. Taking the sides off, and I've got the depth set right now to 11.5 inches, which should get me through most of the side all the way down, except maybe a little bit at the very end. But keep the tip out of the dirt. So I'm going to rip off this side and then swap over and do the other. A few minutes later, so it's starting to shape up. Got a nice square corner. So now I'll cut off the other side. Set up for the center cut, and if you notice, I've got the blade pulled up now, so it doesn't go through the log. So when I cut this, the two slabs will stay together, and then I can cut horizontally across it. So my blade depth here is set for 9. I'm making 2 4x4s, so I need 8 inches clear, and I'm just going a little extra. And now I'll rip this down the middle. There we go. That should be pretty quick work to make 4 4x4s now. And before I swap to the other jig, I'm going to cut the sides off this guy and get that one squared up. That one's going to be 6 inches wide, so I'll probably make 2x6s out of that one. So that was hardly worth milling, but you know what? I'll get 3 2x6s out of it. So that one's ready to go now. And I got my saw switched back over to the slabbing jig and dialed in for 4 inches. So 2 quick cuts and I'll have my 4x4s. Bad haul, as you can see, I got 3 4x4s, or 4 rather, and 2 2x6s. A little bit of run out on the edge of this one 4x4, but it's not going to be a big deal. I'm probably going to use it in the chicken coop or something where it's really not going to matter. And I wanted to get 3 2x6s, but this one was too cut out on the back side. If you look at one end, let me come over here. Look at this end. It looks, in theory, thick enough. You might get a little bit of a clip on the corner, but when you actually flip it, it's just way too round. So that one's kind of a bummer. Oh, do you see the little bee over there? And there's a bunch more down over here. I don't know if you can see them, but I did stir up another nest. It seems like every time I work in this area, I stir one up. But they're leaving me alone for the moment, so I'm going to leave them alone, and I won't have to get out the flame weeder, maybe. But yeah, so there's a couple hours of milling, 2 tanks of gas on the machine, which is, you know, less than a gallon, so not a bad couple hours. I'm going to go stack this stuff up and get it stickered and drying out. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'd really like to make mention, too, that, you know, we're closing in on 2,500 subscribers. You know, it's way far beyond what I ever thought we'd ever have. And I really, really appreciate everybody stopping by and hitting that like button and telling your friends. And love to see you back. So check back soon and see what we're up to.